Hi, everybody. I think I'm the only reader who didn't go to Bard. But it just so happens that one of the very first poems that I felt the necessity to memorize was a poem of Robert's. I was probably 20 years old and maybe had written 3 or 4 poems, but I encountered this thing according to a set of incomprehensible social mechanics. I found this poem, and it's one reason why I know this person. And I was compelled to memorize it. It's called Finding the Measure, and in fact, it made its way into a syllabus that I drew up this fall for a course that a young guy right over there, for one, is taking, called The Poetics of the Inconceivable. We're not going to read that poem, but last March or April, Robert proposed the crazy idea that we write a long poem together, which really put me in a bit of a tizzy, because he writes 10 poems in the time that it takes me to type a single letter. And so I thought there was just no way I was going to be able to keep up with this. But I decided to forge ahead, and so we are 54 pages in on this thing. The initial rule was that each person would write 20 lines. Robert was the first person to break the rule. I soon followed. So none of the installments are more than a page long. The lines tend to be fairly short. We're going to read, Mary and I, a vast distillation of this thing. You should not assume that either Mary or I are reading the same person, and we're hoping ultimately that the thing just flows without there being any necessity to determine who has written what. All right?
And where did you say it was hidden? In the nowhere and ever-enfolding sky? Down among the branches of the inverted beech? Whose fruit fell upward? Whose seed was the sphinx that was the first leaf? And wrapped around it the ghost that was the first thought? And ciphered inside it a sun that was the first eye? And rayed from out it a crime that was yet a stone? And trapped within it heat that was a dire genesis, and comes and enters it the head that was the first sky, that split and uttered your very name?
He said, and startled, I lost my vocabulary. But which, I said, and I said I didn't know. That loss was deep in me. I knew a word once, and then it went away. Another word, and then it went too. I was a child in a little stream in the Catskills, watching leaves roll away downstream. Where else would they go? Where else would the word go? He was a girl in a boy's body, perched on a boulder, that hard thing made of time, watching wild ducks swim off upstream, up where it was rumored God lived, or someone close to God, who made the waters flow. And now you watched the birds until they disappeared around the bend, but the water kept coming down from them, from him, from it, washing down through who you want to be. That's who it was, is, washing through them, as they all sat silvery bright, even glad, by water, singing well as they can, this ineffable canzone. Maybe that was another day. Are you? Another day? The word come back, but right now it was one aloft with kingfisher overhead. The moon was rising, even though it was still afternoon.
And I nestled soft in the anion, drank of that first cup, and entered this world. And I, squalling in the wind and light, drank of the second cup, and this fleeting world endured. And I, lying in my sheet at the end, drank of the third cup, and the world went dim. But I lay in cerements beyond the end, when a bird that sings but once in its life will sing of yet another, a fourth cup. Who drinks of it forgets he drinks, and the world is shrouded in essence. Known, then occluded, loved, then lost, on that centermost lathe may a fifth cup be turned, and let them drink of it whose blood then streams, with a nectar come out of that spindle that spins out of time and blesses and gives, world within worlds, a cup at the midmost.
I need now to kneel down and confess this little agate stone, my wilderness. Need, indeed, I need to drink from all those chalices. Never mind, must let frost crisp along my trembling lips until, gently, the cliffs begin to crumble like words repeated on the slope of paper grim before thee. Our Parsifal once again tries to read all three cups, renegade rhapsody. I'll think my fill if I will, let me be wrong as any song. I half faint with admiration for this landscape literal, and I am here alone again, or would be, were it not for those quick Celtic hierophants, the mockingbirds.
While glutting on the zillion momentary fictions in my skull these past 5 minutes, for they have planted each their silent thrum on a fremitus passing through snowy orchestrations of flowers, hanging on the air in the guise of soft quarrels with space, crimson papery lettuces tipped, the petals' edges with pale red, the veins of those petals radiating from coverts pleated as though by a thought passing through the mind of a breeze one day, 1 hour, upon which rarefied and vacant lusts one may neither alight nor abandon, but pressed by their serried disturbances, may only surrender to an exquisite persistence, even finer scenes than time itself cannot apprehend, a labor of ages, those small, delicate events cast in a momentary bronze.
So I had become to it. I am the song the leaf sang as it swam down river. The leaf is my mother, the tree my father. So many mothers, mithers, we said in Erin, where my voice came from. But what kind of tree? Linden full of hearts, or maples with orange bird claws all over the ground. No one knows his father. Mither is better. Mother is all. Don't listen to me singing unless you don't care about being right. Oh, being wrong is such liberty. A river in the desert, a widespread gate, room full of friends, all of them wrong, all of them trying to voice what I deceitfully call a song.
While ranks of winged beings conjugate lusters in the sky, fantasticate the plainest domes, let spires overtower spires of a greater body than our own, pearled, streaked with electric filigrees that cool the brain, and roused from within our blood jacket, we are bold to say, I put a mountain at the center of the world. I put a world inside a proton. I am alone, no shaman with a staircase, no seed coat for my notion. I am sieved from atom to atom, a passage through exquisite paradox. I christen the darkness by exiting it. Cries break in on my flimsy timeshare. I am but a gall of ecstatic bother in the immensely otherwise, yet a serpent raised up with forked stick will, if waved before that visage, burn it to a manner of sweet glaze.
And I still don't know. Words are gods, or words are gods, and sometimes let me say them. Do I know what I'm saying when I speak? Do they even know what they mean, or rivers where they're going? Dear God, isn't the flow enough? Can I be sure about anything? Or is certainty a deadly trap? Once more he disdained to put his answer in verbs. Maybe he pretended anger, then suddenly burst out. Keep talking, yakking, we used to say. Sturdy beast bears us through the foodless snows, up those famous mountains, religion after religion. Thank you.